since we're talking about this home and all this, man, because I mean, Navin's a bit closer to you than I am. You know what I'm saying? I known you for some time, but we never really, like got to kick it real tough and get really to know each other too tough. But I know you from Oklahoma, right? I know you from Oklahoma. I don't know much about Oklahoma. All I know is that like it's a football state, right? Is it?
Oh man, we probably could box right now. Nah, but
is it a football state though? Is it a football state?
Yeah, football state for sure. Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know if that means you played football growing up, but just talk to me or tell me and Navin about like you're growing up and where you're from and all that and what sports you played and all that.
Yeah, man. First sport I played was soccer. You know what I mean?
Don't do that. Don't do that, X. Don't do that.
I ain't playing with you, dog. The first thing I played was soccer, man. And my dad was just reffing the games at the YMCA, and he like, oh, I got a son this age, like threw me in there. Play for a couple years. I ended up liking it. And then I went to like T-ball, and I kind of stuck with baseball for a long time, man. My dad was just like one of those, he played, state champion basketball, all that. So he was the guy that was doing all the sports for the community. You know what I mean? He was doing football, doing wrestling, like all of that. Like I wrestled, I ran track. I was in on everything because I was just right there with him. You know what I mean? He was there, getting them checks, coaching, and he like, my son gonna be here too. You know what I mean? So, man, Oklahoma, yeah, it's a football state, but as of late, and before the Thunder only has probably been there, man, maybe 10, 12 years right now. Yeah. So before that, Chris Paul and New Orleans had Hornets had came to OKC
because of Katrina. Right?
Yeah, Katrina. So they finally realized. But it's a football state, so of course everybody play football. My brother played football. But basketball was one of them things that was on the rise. Coming up, playing with Blake Griffin and those type of players, Xavier, Henry, things was really changing for Oklahoma, and now having Trae Young, having somebody go number one like Blake, there's actually an argument there about football, and basketball, what type of state it is now, and the Thunder being there. So, but yeah, growing up, I heard that a lot. It's a football state. You know what I mean? But
I don't know much, bro. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we hoop.
I went to school in Iowa, bro. I went to school in Iowa. I don't know nothing about Oklahoma, bro. So I just wanted to. I know Oklahoma's nice in football. Like,
to tell you a little bit more about Oklahoma, man, it's really country. Like a lot of people don't know. Like, my family got horses and we raised cows growing up, that type of stuff. So that's why I kind of got that. That other strength, that other strength. That
I've been carrying barrels.
Barrels of hay on my shoulder. You know what I mean? So, I live in a little country town, outside of Forest Park, Oklahoma. It's like 5 minutes from downtown and the city and that type of stuff. And it's on the east side of Oklahoma. So when you leave my neighborhood, you in the hood and all that type of stuff. So, my parents, they kind of looked out, man, and we went to school across town, 20, 25 minutes, away from home, and, went to, pretty good schools, and, my brothers were successful as well. My brother, one of them played like 8 years in Europe, the other one got drafted Baltimore Ravens. Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Like, wait, hold on.
Y'all better get y'all Google out, man.
You just dropping these in there like it's So like the 8 years pro and the Ravens?
No. So
like two separate.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm the youngest of
These
5.
dudes like the John Jones family.
I'm the youngest of 5. So
Chandler Jones and them.
All of my, one of my brothers is a high school coach now, but he plays semi-pro. Then a brother below him played 8 years in Europe. He went to Oklahoma University. Then he went to Charlotte. Then he was with the Thunder for a little bit. Then he played in Europe, all over Europe. And then my other brother up under him played football, ran track. He was a defensive end. He went to Missouri University when they were like #1 in the state. I mean, in the nation. And got drafted to Baltimore. Played a year with Carolina Panthers, and then now he's coaching high school football back in Oklahoma.
I know they ain't here drilling right now. It sounds like
what's going on. I can't believe that, bro. That's amazing.
I got one of them families, man. That
so you had to be.
You're gonna be something.
Yeah, you had to.
Matter of fact, you're gonna take these beatings. You know what I mean? Just being outside all the time, man. That's one thing I feel like kids miss these days is being outside and getting roughed up, man. You know what I mean? Coming home with scratches on your knees and that stuff go a long way. You know what I mean? Getting the rocks in your scratches and that type of stuff. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. Most of these kids have an iPad, man.
Yeah, and for the parents to because you got kids. I coached as you like you got kids now that are willing to take some bumps and bruises, and then I've seen it so many times where a parent is the one that like jumps into the scene, and then now the kid's like, oh, I'm supposed to be scared. I'm supposed to be. Right. I shouldn't have happened. I fell, and my mom's worried, so I should be worried. And it's them like kind of empowering these kids to be soft. To be honest, right? Just straight up soft.
Yeah, man. One quick, just one quick story to just piggyback off that. My brother put a name to face, D'Angelo Alexander. We were playing one-on-one. My dad was reffing at a gym. We playing one-on-one. He's 17, like number 30 in the nation, shooting guard. You feel me? And I'm 12 years old, 5'5". You feel me? Like scrawny. So we playing one-on-one, and my dad, one of them dads, like when he's reffing the game, every time out, if I don't make 5 shots while the timeout's going on, like something's gonna happen to me. Like I'm in trouble. You feel me? Like for real. He's mad at me for the rest of the day. Like he's one of them. Like when he blows whistle timeout, he's looking at me like, you already know. You better be out. What you doing? Like, yeah. Put that phone down and get up there and get shots up. You know what I mean? So this particular day, we was playing one-on-one, and my brother was just dragging me. No remorse, just dragging me. And he dunked, basically took me all the way to the hole. I'm just going along for the ride, and he dunked on me. Then he came down on my foot. And now we know I ended up breaking my foot. But my dad, like literally was like, if you don't get up, he think I'm crying because I got dunked on. He like, if you don't get up right now and finish the game, like, so for the rest of the game, I just cried, and I just passed my brother the ball, hoping he make his threes, hoping I don't get the ball, my dad never said sorry for that, man. But that's the type of, and he ain't going to, and that's the type of tough love that and the type of aggression that I kind of play with and kind of then made my mark, kind of dealing with, and it comes from having them older brothers and all the one-on-one games in front of the house. I really don't want to. Y'all know what the Sooner drill is? Like
the Oklahoma, we call them
Oklahoma drill. Yeah,
no clue.
So two people lay on their back, and then they give one person the ball. And then when they say go, they both stand up, and one is trying to run past the other one, the other one's trying to tackle them.
Okay.
So it's a head-on drill. And it's an area you can run in. You can't get out of bounds.
So I'm doing this with my junior, senior, and one of them's already in college. I'm doing this with my brothers at 12. Like, you feel me? And my mom them is
guaranteed to lose.
literally like giggling, like, you know what I mean? Get up, you all right.
Your mom was on the wave too.
Get up.
It's
Yeah,
not just
nah,
your
my
dad
mom
was,
ain't playing, man. My mom ain't playing.
She got the kicker, I feel
my
like.
mom's not playing, bro.
That's
She's the same as, you know, she might not say much at the game, but like when we get in the car, she, you know, she gonna let it be known, like you didn't show them what you were supposed to show them today. You know what I mean? And my mom's always been
Mom Dukes is mad. Mom
yeah,
mad.
yeah. You don't want to make mama mad. You feel me? So next time I'm gonna shoot mama. My bad. Like.